Democrats are on their way home from Charlotte after a pep talk and a plea from President Obama. He says voters face the clearest choice of any time in a generation.
In his speech last night at the Democratic National Convention, the president said this is not the time to give power back to the Republicans. Nancy Cordes is in Charlotte. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. The president had a lot of jobs to do with this speech. He had to lay out his accomplishments, explain his failures, go after his opponents, and make a case for another 4 years, all while arguing that he had not abandoned that message of hope that got him elected 4 years ago.
Madam Chairwoman, delegates, I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
In a 38-minute speech, President Obama argued he had proven his mettle with tough decisions when faced with an economic crisis and foreign conflicts.
4 years ago, I promised to end the war in Iraq. We did. I promised to refocus on the terrorists who actually attacked us on 9/11, and we have. A new tower rises above the New York skyline. Al-Qaeda is on the path to defeat, and Osama bin Laden is dead.
He asked for more time to create more jobs and reduce the debt. He accused his Republican opponents, Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, of trying to sell platitudes instead of a plan.
All they have to offer is the same prescriptions they've had for the last 30 years. Have a surplus? Try a tax cut. Deficit too high? Try another. Feel a cold coming on? Take 2 tax cuts, roll back some regulations, and call us in the morning.
In his harshest attack, Mr. Obama implied that Governor Romney was ill-prepared for the world stage.
You don't call Russia our #1 enemy, not Al-Qaeda, Russia, unless you're still stuck in a Cold War mind warp. You might not be ready for diplomacy with Beijing if you can't visit the Olympics without insulting our closest ally.
He acknowledged that his vision of hope and change had been battered a bit by the vagaries of politics.
I recognize that times have changed since I first spoke to this convention. Times have changed, and so have I. I'm no longer just a candidate. I'm the president.
And in the most personal moment of the speech, he admitted he had not been a perfect president.
And while I'm very proud of what we've achieved together, I'm far more mindful of my own failings, knowing exactly what Lincoln meant when he said, "I have been driven to my knees many times by the overwhelming conviction that I had no place else to go."
It was clear that the president was trying to combine the lofty rhetoric he's known for with a dose of realism about the state of the economy. And Nora and Charlie, the president laid out a number of goals in specific areas like education and energy, but he didn't necessarily lay out a roadmap for how he planned to achieve those goals or how he would work with Congress more effectively in a second term.